What is up, guys? Welcome back to the FordTechMakuloco channel. So today we have a 2005 Ford F-150 that has a poor heat, or in reality a no heat concern, coming out the vents inside the cabin. So there's just barely anything coming out, and it feels almost like ambient air coming out of there. It's not really heating up the cabin at all, and it's starting to get cold out, and the customer wants to know why. Now in this case, it's very obvious it's a plugged heater core due to cooling system neglect, but today we're going to show you all the pre-checks that I go to and what I use to come to that conclusion that is just the heater core on there, because there's a lot of different pieces from the engine compartment side to the HVAC side inside of the cabin that all have to come together to make this happen, both cooling and heat. They all have to come together and work in concert basically to make this happen. So you want to check them all for a thorough, complete diagnosis. Let's go to the vehicle and check it out. Okay, so right there you can see it's about 62 degrees out. It's a beautiful day, but sometimes, especially in the morning, it's down in the 40s, you may want heat. So we're at max heat right now on this auto temp control, and you can see right there we have barely anything coming out of the vents on there. So the other day when I was just running it, it was at, it was like 70-some degrees outside, and about 70, 80, 85 degrees was coming out of the vents. Now, common temp to come out of the vent, there's no real spec for it, but in my experience all these years testing for no heat concerns, especially now at 60 degrees outside, it should easily be obtaining 130 to 140, no sweat, okay? And we're nowhere near that. So you'll feel a little something coming out of the vents here, but it's definitely not enough to overcome the ambient temps around you. So the first thing you check in this situation, of course, is make sure the engine is heating up. You can see we're right there around the middle of the gauge. The gauge does work on here. So right there, we should be getting some decent heat coming out of the engine no matter what, okay? So that's a quick pre-check. You, of course, want to make sure your temperature is all the way up on here. Now, the temperature blend door actuators are known to fail in just about any Ford, it seems. So what you can do is close the windows, make sure it's nice and quiet. Make sure the blower's all the way down. Go through all the way to 60. And of course you'll feel a change, but you'll also hear a change. You'll hear the air moving a different direction. So right here it got to about, ambient, and then we go up to 90. We're maxing out the other end of the spectrum on the blend door actuator. I can hear it change. You can feel it. Okay, so that's probably not a concern on there. So next thing you're gonna do is you're gonna go under the hood. Okay, let's do some more pre-checks before we just condemn the heater core. So first thing we notice here is the coolant bottle is full, okay? We're not having any overheat issues with like a blown head gasket, because that could introduce combustion gases into the cooling system, which can of course get trapped in your heater core and cause it to have a low heat condition. Again, no heat, no head gasket issues, no coolant consumption issues, and our coolant is full, okay? The next thing you're gonna do with caution here, if you don't have a temp gun or a scan tool or something like that, with caution here, you're gonna go ahead and you're gonna feel your upper radiator hose, okay? You're gonna go ahead and feel it. And it should just about burn you, where you cannot hold your hand on it for more than a few seconds, okay? I mean, it should be very obvious this thing is cooking hot, okay? Definitely. The next thing you're gonna do is you're gonna do the same thing with your heater core line. So the heater core, the ports stick through the firewall on the firewall there. So there's gonna be hoses at some point, this side or the driver's side, going into the firewall. Smaller hoses like this, okay? Usually it's the passenger side. So right here, everything's nice and open. So right here is a feeder for it. You can see the restrictor right there. Again, you should be able to feel it, and it should be about the same temp as your upper radiator hose, where you can't hold it on there for more than maybe a second. It's just about burning your hand, like, you're freaking out. So this is coolant coming into the heater core, and then it comes back out and goes back to the engine, all right? So it comes back out on this hose right here. So this hose right here it should feel pretty darn hot, just like this one. It's gonna drop a few degrees as it goes through the heater core, obviously, because it's dissipating heat, but it should feel pretty hot coming out or indicating flow. It only dropped a few degrees. Now when it's plugged up, okay, you'll have plenty of heat coming in and a cool or, you know, ambient hose coming out. Okay, so this one, I can hold it all day long. This one, it's burning me, I can't hold it for more than a second. It's pretty obvious the heater core is clogged. So again, the inlet and outlet on there should be very close in temp. You'll drop a few degrees on the outlet side, obviously. But if you're getting hot on one side and just warm on the other side, you know that it's plugged up. So real quick, we'll grab my infrared gun and I'll try to illustrate this. So again, you don't need an infrared gun, imaging gun like this, but it's nice for illustration purposes. So I'll try to bring it up on here. And you can kind of see it right there. See the hose right there? There we go. So you can see we're not cranking out the heat just yet, but you can see that this hose right here and this hose right here are pretty close, okay? It's not at full temp. I didn't go for a drive or anything, but it's definitely, thermostat's open and we're starting to dissipate heat. Now let's take a look at the outlet here. So you can see, there we go. I know it's hard to tell. So right there you can see is the hose going in, and then down here you can see it's the hose coming out. Around 120 or so. I know it's hard to see, but yeah, that's it. So like the other day when I was testing this, it was around 175 coming in, and it was 130 or 140 coming out. I mean, it was like nothing. So it's a huge difference in temp on there, and we're not getting any heat in the cabin. So it's not being pulled into the cabin, it's simply plugged. And, you know, with a cooling system, obviously maintenance is key. But this one, it's like obviously, you know, it wasn't maintained. It's full, it was already flushed. And you just go in there, you sniff it, and it's a really pungent smell inside of there. It's horrible smell. And that is because the coolant has not been maintained. And once that happens and it starts to break down, it doesn't protect the metals inside, all that stuff starts to accumulate and flows through the system, and eventually it will plug the small passages within the heater core. And eventually, but you know, by this mileage, no more. So at this point, with him flushing it already, you can see he pulled off one of the hoses. It's done for. You just need to change it out at this point. But of course, you obviously want to really flush it. I mean, the bottle, the head, the block, the radiator, everything. You want to flush it really well before you just pop in a new heater core on there. And then in this instance, and a lot of instances with the Fords, you have a restrictor built in, and it's a pretty small hole on there, and it can be plugged up also. So you want to change both heater hoses that feed in return from the heater core, and that's the way you get the heat back on there. But yeah, it's really quick checks you can do without getting too far into it, and you can condemn a heater core pretty darn quick, and that's how. That's all for now. I'll see you guys next time.